Hey everybody, welcome to my 1.2 world. Today I'm going to be showcasing how to build a couple of modular bridges. And those right there. Let's go have a closer look. Right, so I set up a little test route here with the new vehicles and the new vehicle pathing, and seems to be working quite well. So I'm trying to integrate this bridge into my road network. It's going to come from way over there and come around this side, and I've got a couple of buildings lined up to kind of like do something over there. But for today's video we are going to be focusing on this modular bridge. So let me show you what I mean by that. So you can see these sections are all small little sections, and with this blueprint you will be able to make a bridge quite fast, quite easy, and as short or as long as you would like it to be. Anyways, let's head over to my creative world and I'll show you this bridge a little closer. Alright, so I'm quickly going to demonstrate how to use this blueprint. It is very simplistic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy right here, but in fact what I'm going to, let me actually switch this one to the white one so I can show you this version of it. So you want to go to bridge outer section, and we want to connect this road section coming here with that road section going over there. So we're gonna nudge this guy into position, get him right in there, and that looks pretty much lined up. Slap this one down, and we're gonna go to the other side of the bridge, just nudge this guy also into position. So this one is designed for a single foundation, obviously. So what I did with my world is I've got double foundations being the standard width of all my roads, and for this section here I just kind of like merge this into this little bridge up here. So once you've got the end pieces in position, you want to go and grab the midsection, and I know there's going to be a little bit of overlap, so I'm actually going to nudge this one in position to the left hand side. That should be it. And then I'm going to nudge this guy in on the right hand side, and then as I said, we're going to have a little bit of an overlap, which is perfectly fine. These ones are designed to be able to overlap quite nicely. And there you go. As you can see, very simplistic, just move everything into position. So you can see this one is a fairly short bridge, but because it's modular, we can make really long bridges if you like to. So this example here, I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 midsections just lined up just to extend the bridge. And obviously, as you can see, I have made it so that these will merge quite seamlessly, so you can make the bridge as long or as short as you'd like it to be. Right, so let me show you how to build this. So the first thing you need is obviously going to be the roadway, because everything is going to be depending on the roadway. Get this one up there, and do about 4 up, just to make my life a little easier. I'll put this guy in the middle. Okay, so this is going to be the midsection. So if we have a closer look at our midsection here, you can see we've got like a little bit of an angular bit in here. So the first thing we want to do is get that angle correct, and I'm going to grab. So let's grab this guy. I'm going to put this one up here. There we go. Let's try and nudge this guy into position. And I'm going to use this one on top to just as an anchor in order for us to get this one's rotation going. And if you do this a couple of times, you'll see which angles work and which doesn't work. So there you can see we already got our angle going there. And I think this was, let's just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 rotations to get this guy to angle at this position here. So we'll grab this beam, and I'll show you actually where you get it, just in case anyone's wondering. It's going to be the shelf beam. This guy is going to go up here, and we want to do the same on top and just get that angle going there, so you can see that they're going to link up a little bit here. See, this case it doesn't want to go down into the pillar. See, this one will allow us to nudge, so we can use this one to get the other one in position. The pillars and the beams don't rotate the same, so you're gonna have to play a little bit with it to get them to kind of do what you want to do. So I'm gonna do this guy, and that's pretty close. So let's see. So I'm just gonna put this one right here so I can preserve that angle. The top one is going to be painted that color. And I believe, yeah, so this one was orange, and then to get this little stripe in the middle, so this little stripe here, this is just a normal painted beam. it at the same angle and then rotate it 45. Let's see if we can. There we go. So there's our little decorative little piece. And then at the bottom we've got the shelf again, but this one is turned, so you can actually see the little indentations at the bottom. So let's try and get this one in position. So I'm going to try and snap it to this one, and then we're just going to nudge down. There we go. Then if we look on top, we can see that we have this little pillar in here. This one is going to go there, but I do believe that I've got another one of these. So let's see if we can get as close as we can. So that's pretty good. So you see, I'm going to do a small section because I'm gonna extend these in a moment, but I just want to get the build right. We might have to move the foundation a little bit. So let's grab this guy, and he's going to go onto the road surface, but I'm going to nudge him in once, and we'll push this one across. So that's kind of what we had before. So let's get our foundation in position now as well. There we go. And then we're going to grab this little 4-meter sign. This guy's going to go flat in here. Now you see this one might not line up perfectly. In this case it actually does. But if you get yours to be similar to the one that I'm going to place now. So let's say yours is placed in like this. And when you nudge it into position, you can see quite a bit of it stick out as opposed to just like a little strip there. And the way to get around that is when you place it down, you want to go to the edge. You just kind of want to slide it down the edge. You'll see it does like a little mini nudge, like a little half nudge. Once you get that one, then you know you're golden. And there you go. So there's your first section. And then what we want to do is we want to now duplicate this another 4 meters. Alright, so now we've got a 4-meter section, and if we look at this one, yeah, that's pretty damn close, if not spot on. And so we're going to now flip this around. So what we want to do is we want to save this one. So there we go. So if you wanted to make your bridge 4 meters or 8 meters across, then you can extend it right here. In fact, I think what we'll do for this demonstration is we'll make this one a 4 meter, or rather 8 meter across, and it does look like it's fine. Oh, we got this guy bad boy floating up. Oh goddamn, that reach is amazing. Anyways, so let's make this one slightly bigger. Right, so now we've got our first section of road that we can actually paste in. What we do want to do next though is we want to just make sure the underside also looks good. So we can add these beams in here just to give it a little bit more of a kind of like a structural support. Okay, so now we've got this one in the bag. What we want to do is we want to do the end sections. So as you can see here, I used the metal pillar just to be like a chunkier version of these beams that we were using earlier. So let's see if we use our current beams that's in here. We'll see that this doesn't really translate quite well. So there we go, and then we're going to rotate this guy as close as we can to that rotation. Let's just see if we nudge this one in position. Right, so let's see the angle. Angle's not the same, but it's pretty damn close. So let's put this one in. Let's have a look. So I'm kind of looking at this joint to see if we're happy with that kind of joint. And yeah, I think that's fine. And in free mode, we should be able to line this one up perfectly. But let's see if it's gonna go. That looks actually pretty much level, but you can see it's not perfectly lining up with the one at the bottom. And I'm not even sure if that's a problem. Okay, so we'll put this one in, and to get this look is just the same one, put in there, but just rotate it 90 degrees. And let's paint the top one a different color, so that's going to be our orange. So that's kind of like the basic of what it's going to look like. So if we go back here, you can see That's pretty much it. We're gonna have this guy play a role as well, and we go down and across. Right, so it looks like, if you look at this one came out quite nice, but you can see it does kind of clip into it slightly. So I think the rotation's slightly out. So let's rotate it a little bit more and see if we can get a better result. So I'm going to do it like that. Push this one across. Try and delete the original one, which I think is this one here. And let's see if we can, maybe we can move this one over a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll have to. So go across there and get rid of this. And then we're going to rotate again 90 degrees. And we'll extend it again. You know what, let's do this. I'm trying to get rid of this little orange strip here at the bottom. So we could do it like that. Yeah, it's not too bad. We've got a little bit of, like I said, we've got a bit of a chunkier bit here in the beginning. Alright. So what I'll do is at the end, I'll add these little beam supports in here. And you should be able to nudge these ones into position quite easily. I want to get this angle to be a little bit less harsh. So let's remove this whole section here. But what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to try and get a little bit of an angle. So I want to put this one right here. And then when you snap this one and you go in free mode, you can see you can snap it on the middle and then on the edge of the pillar. If you nudge this down, you'll see that this corner, original corner, meets up quite nicely. And you kind of like get like a little bit of a cleaner edge there. And I'm going to rotate this guy, which is going to be our other bit. So now we've got a little bit of a softer corner. So if we go over here, you can see I did the same thing. But then we also need to add that little bit in there. Let's see if we work from this one. I actually need a shelf beam, but I'm going to try and do it with the H beam. Let's see what it's going to look like. So ideally I would have been nice if it was a little lower, but I think this will still kind of do the trick. And we're going to make this orange as well. Alright, so when you stand back, that actually looks pretty good. Alright, so this is going to be, let's just have a look there. So we got a little thing on the side as well. So we're going to do the same thing and go over here. So this is orange, so I'm going to do that. I'll show you this trick again. If you half nudge it out, you can then snap to the middle of that, and if you go to the edge of the beam, you can get this really cool looking joint going. So you can see on the straight edges it looks really nice. And I'm going to put this guy in here, and that one in there, and we're going to make this that metal color. You can see I messed it up here a little bit. Let's try this again. So I need to go to the edge of this beam, this long flat section, and then it should line up nicely. Yep, and paint it. There we go. So that looks pretty good, I think. And we can now get rid of all of these. All right, so we just have to make 100% sure that we're not saving over our previous one. And then manually I'm going to spawn in our end bit, and then this one's going to go as such. Alright, so you can see now obviously these ones are opposite, but this is going to be fairly easy to fix now because we've already got a sample piece on the other side that we can work off. There we go, nice and easy. Right, so we got both sides in now. Let's grab these little beam guys, little beam supports. Touch them into position, and then the last one that we need is going to be this one. There we go. Right, so we've got our duplicate set now, and I think what we can do is let's extend this one by 3, and we just need to do the same with everything else. Alright, there we go. So we've got our little section there. Let's just see how we capped off the other side. So we pretty much just did the same. So I'm going to make our lives a little easier by, in fact, let's just trim this off because I want to get the blueprint saved. Okay, there we go. So that's the 1/2 section. So we're just going to turn it around and save it on the other side. There we go. And we can save this one again. Just overwrite number 3. Okay, now we got this one, we can clear it because what I want to do is I want to just spawn it a little bit higher. That should be enough. Alright, yeah, I think that's plenty high. So, let's see how we're going to do this. 1, 2, so I think about this angle should be fairly good. So grab a beam, place it on the edge and on that edge, and then you can just kind of nudge this in position. You'll get a very clean corner going. Fill the gap. Alright, we don't need the beam anymore. Let's just work off this guy before we delete it. There we go. So we can go all the way back. Take this one out. And this guy we need to duplicate on the other side, so I'm just gonna perfect. Alright, so we're pretty much almost there. So just as an interesting design element, let's do that little bit again. So up to there. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. Right, so that's the one section. So let's just get a little chunk area at the back. This is the way you pretty much will anchor it. You just want to make it look a little beefier, so you can sell the fact that this is a section that will hold up a part of the bridge. Right, so we got the section is done. So we'll save this one as let's see what the other ones were. I'm going to call this one bridge double end. Alright, let's grab our double bridge and then see how this stacks up. Move this out a little bit. There we go, perfect. And we'll grab our midsection. There we go, just make sure the road lines up. Okay, and let's wrap this one up. Let's make sure the line's up in the middle. So I'm going to use this line here as a reference. But that's pretty much it. So we've got our single road, and then we've got our double road section, or double road bridge. And I think these actually look pretty cool. Nice. So put the truck on here and see what it looks like. Right, so now they got plenty of space. It's a little bit of a squeeze to get 2 trucks next to it, but if you want to do tractors, you can absolutely do 2 tractors next to each other. But there we go, double lane for our trucks. So there's like I said, there's an example of how to build these ones. So if you want to build whatever variation of this one you can, you now know exactly how to do that. And that's pretty much it. So these blueprints will be available on my Patreon. You guys can go on there and grab it. This will be available for all my tier 2 patrons. And this will include the white section, or the white bridge, as well as the orange bridge. And for good measure, I'll add this one that we just built in here as well. So you can find all 3 versions, or the 2 versions plus the one color option will be available on my Patreon. Alright guys, that's it for today, and I'll see you on the next one.